Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. And also welcome to a brand new week. We are at the start of a brand new week. This week we don't have just one teacher to lead us into our daily meditation. We have a whole collection of really beautiful teachers. For today it's Lao Tzu, Jiddu Krishnamurti, and the Dalai Lama. Hey Danae, a very good morning. Welcome to this beautiful Monday. Are you ready to dive into a brand new week? Before the emails flood in and the to-do list stretches a mile long, let's take a deep breath and set the stage for a truly thriving week. Hey Sunmarie, good morning. Welcome to Monday. Charlene, good morning. Welcome to a new week. Happy Monday. Imagine for a moment a play on opening night. But for this particular play, the actors have never met. They haven't practiced their lines. No rehearsals were run. And when the curtains open, they're facing a buzzing audience. This sounds like a recipe for disaster, right? Yet so often we approach our own lives in a very similar way. Rushing in, reacting to every email, every crisis with no plan, no rehearsal. Anthony, good morning. Welcome to a new week, man. Just like actors rehearse before a show, we empower ourselves when we do some mental rehearsal for the stage that our daily lives play out on. This is not about rigidly scripting every moment or trying to control the uncontrollable. Rather, it's about consciously choosing how we want to show up. Calm, focused, present. So before the week sweeps you into its current, consider these three powerful intentions drawn from wisdom teachers across traditions. Think of them as your weekly rehearsal for the performance of a lifetime. So 3 intentions for this week, and we'll obviously go through them in today's meditation again. The first intention, the first rehearsal, remember to breathe. How often can we remind ourselves of that? Remember to breathe. Can we do it once every day? Stop and remember to breathe. Can we do it multiple times every day? Stop and take a few big breaths. The Dalai Lama says, the great advantage of choosing one's breath as the object of mindfulness training is that breathing is an instinctive and effortless activity, something we do as long as we are alive. So there's no need to strive hard to find the object of this practice. It's always right there. Breath is a tool that does not run out of battery life. While your subconscious breathing is well designed to keep you alive, it is not quite enough to help you thrive. Bringing your conscious awareness to your breath is an act of opening, of creating an inner spaciousness that literally expands the access that you have to your brain. So the first intention for this week, remember to breathe. Let's rehearse that, so that when the curtains open on your everyday, you show up ready to remember how to breathe. The second intention for this week is see yourself clearly. Stop, take a look at yourself, see yourself clearly, but without judgment. Jiddu Krishnamurti says, meditation is to be aware of every thought and be aware of every feeling never to say it is right or wrong, but to watch it and move with it. He invites us to stop and see clearly. See yourself clearly. Become aware of every thought. Become aware of every feeling. Let's not let them just slip under the radar without realizing what's there. But never to say it's right or wrong, just to watch it and move with it. Whenever you look at your thoughts and feelings with judgment, you trigger within yourself a survival mode, driving your brain into a state of narrowing, limiting your own ability to see anything more than how to run, how to fight, or how to hide. But when you practice non-judgmental awareness, simply noticing without labeling experiences as good or bad, you create space for insights, for creativity, for genuine growth. You become the compassionate witness of your own experience rather than its harshest critic. So our second intention for this week, which we'll rehearse during meditation, see yourself clearly, but without judgment. And then one more intention for this week. Patience. Patience brings clarity. Lao Tzu says, do you have the patience to wait for your pond to settle, to wait for the water to become clear? In our culture of instant gratification, this teaching feels countercultural yet essential. Sometimes the most powerful action is stillness. A pond stirred up becomes murky and opaque. But given time and patience, the sediment always settles and the water returns to clarity. Your mind operates in this same way. By slowing down your breath, softening your body, and observing without judgment, you allow the mental sediment to settle. In that spaciousness, clarity emerges naturally, and new possibilities become visible. So as you stand at the threshold of a new week, remember, you are both the author and the lead actor of your own life's play. The quality of your performance depends not on perfection, but on a bit of preparation. Not the frantic kind, but the gentle, intentional kind that these 3 simple practices offer. If you're ready, you can close your eyes and we'll float away together, starting with the first few big breaths. Here we go. Take a deep breath in and out. A deep breath in and out. A deep inhale and let it go. Deep breath in and out. One more big breath in and let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, also raise yourself up. As you breathe in, stretch out your spine. Lift the top of your head toward the ceiling. And once you reach your full height, then again let all of it go. With every exhale, soften. With every breath out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and even drop your head. While you continue your full body breathing, rising, feeling every part of your body rise, falling while you feel every part of your body soften. I want to remind you of what exactly it is that you are doing right now. Right now, you are taking your body by the hand. You are sitting this body down. And you are being the teacher to this body. You are letting this body know, hey body, I love you. I care for you enough to sit you down and teach you. Imagine again for a moment, like the beginning of today's message. Imagine a play on opening night. The curtains open, the actors are on stage. But for this play, for this particular example of a play, the actors have never met. It's the first time they see each other now that the curtains open. They've not been practicing their lines. They were never given lines to practice. The curtains draw open and there's an expecting audience. That sounds like a recipe for disaster, does it not? No one's ready for anything. Yet how often do we step into our lives day after day in the same way? When the curtains draw open on our day, we might have had no preparation. We walk into our day feeling like everything's a blind side. Every idiot driver on the road, every email, every interaction with a cashier, a blind side because we just didn't prepare ourselves for anything. Right now, you sitting here, every time you sit here, is a mental rehearsal. It is you closing your eyes, taking your time to build the neural pathways that you will use when the curtains open, when you step into your day. It's not about trying to control the outcome of every day. But when stumbling blocks, when obstacles happen, You're getting better at having a recognition. Your body becomes better at knowing, oh yeah, I remember this. I've prepared for this. I'd rather not have the same old reaction again. I have rehearsed. I've rehearsed a new response. You are being the teacher to this body. Because you love and care for this body. You're taking the time to lovingly teach it. We have the last few breaths of this phase together, helping our bodies stretch, adjust, and settle down into as much comfort as possible for the rest of our journey. Let's take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward and roll out your neck muscles forward and to the left, forward and to the right. Big half circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward in big circles, nice and slow. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards. Big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine. Lean your upper body over to the left. Lean your upper body over to the right. One more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having softened our bodies into a state of presence. Or at least becoming as present as we can possibly be right now. We can now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. With every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. If you don't have the time to sit for the whole meditation with us, then this is always a good place to stop. But if you are here for the whole journey, we'll take the next few big breaths together. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a long, slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body. Feel how softness slips into your body and settles in every part of your body. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow through your body. Feel your shoulders slowly falling. Feel your body slowly softening. And feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. So as you breathe in, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath, but hold it only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, see yourself standing at the start of a brand new week. See your toes sticking over the edge and see yourself ready to dive in. Take your next big breath. As we step into a brand new week, we are taking the time to be intentional about the week that we're stepping into. Intentional about how we want to show up this week. So let's start with what is known about the week ahead. What is already in the calendar? As you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, take a moment to Walk yourself through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And for a moment, remind yourself of some of the things you want to get done this week. Remind yourself of some of the places you need to go this week. Remind yourself of some of the people you need to see this week. Take your next big breath. What are you creating this week? There is a brand new week ahead of you. How will you create this week? Perhaps there is a clear goal for this week. Perhaps you have something that needs finishing this week. Perhaps it is as cool as a piece of art, something you can put on the wall and say, hey, look at this, I made this. That'll be really cool. Perhaps you have some kind of a work or a project deadline, something that needs to get done this week and that takes your focus, your attention. And if you don't have anything that concrete, you can absolutely decide what gets your attention this week. Where do you want to spend your energy this week? We are always creating. Every interaction with every human being is an act of creating. Every conversation we walk away from is a relationship that we are creating. Are you intentional about the conversations you will have this week? Just the way we show up in our homes create the energy in that space. Are you intentional about how you want to show up in your home this week? What will you create this week? Take your next big breath. Then for a moment, transport yourself to the end of the week. Just imagine having made your way through the week, standing in the next weekend, and then looking back over a week in which you have created. What would you like to see there when you look back over the week? If you had a checklist for the end of the week, what would be on that checklist? What are some things for which you'd like to say, I got this done, I got that done? What are some things for which you'd like to say, I got started on this one, I made progress on that one? What would your checklist look like for the end of the week? Take your next big breath. Today's message offers 3 intentions for the week. 3 intentions to remind ourselves of, and you can use all 3 intentions, or perhaps it'll serve you better to just focus on one. But let's rehearse all 3 now, and by rehearsing, perhaps they'll show up for us during the week. Perhaps we'll be reminded because we took the time to rehearse. The first one is remember to breathe. Remember to stop and breathe. How many times in a day can you create a little bit of space to stop and breathe? I sometimes find it very useful, even for just a while, to have a few daily reminders on my phone to stop and breathe. Perhaps you can mentally set the intention that when anything feels like it becomes a lot this week, when the pressure seems to feel like it's building, or perhaps when you feel yourself become triggered, perhaps you can have that conversation with yourself right now. Say, hey self, here's what I want to try and do this week. Whenever anything triggers me this week, I want you to remind me, brain. I want you to remind me to stop, take a few big breaths before I say anything. Do that mental rehearsal right now. Create the image of how many times you will remind yourself to stop and breathe this week. Take your next big breath. second intention for this week that we will rehearse right now is to see yourself clearly, but without judgment. Jiddu Krishnamurti uses this beautiful example of being aware of every thought and every feeling. And this is how we grow. We grow by becoming more aware of thoughts and feelings, not letting them pull the strings behind the scenes while we just react to thoughts and feelings, but becoming more aware of how thoughts and feelings surface, seeing them do their thing, so that we have options, so that we can choose to not repeat an old reaction indefinitely. But really important, as we become aware of thoughts and feelings, can we remember to not judge ourselves for these thoughts and feelings? Not even judge ourselves if we habitually did react the same old way. There's that same old overreaction again. Can we remind ourselves to not even judge that? Not even judge ourselves for making the same mistake again. See yourself clearly but without judgment. Have you had a recent example last week of being reactive, especially judging yourself? Take a moment to rehearse this right now as you go through this coming week. Will you be open to seeing yourself clearly, seeing what's there, seeing how the old reaction wants to do its thing again? And then holding a space that doesn't judge. Looking at yourself kindly and saying, I know you're trying. I can so see that you are trying. I'll keep helping. I'll keep helping you try. For a moment, rehearse that. Create this beautiful space for yourself to be seen in. Seen in by you. And simply encouraged lovingly, not judged harshly. Take your next big breath. One more intention to rehearse for the week ahead. Patience. The patience to wait for the water to settle. We have experiences where it feels like our pond has been stirred up. It could feel a bit stormy inside of ourselves, and it can feel a bit stormy outside in the world around us. And when the water becomes choppy this week, the surface of the water unstable and underneath the surface murky, not easy to see what's going on there. you remind yourself of the patience to wait for the water to settle. Water always settles when we stop agitating it. We are like that. When we give ourselves a bit of time, we always settle. Sometimes the best response to an interaction or an altercation is to claim your space, to not respond right now. And say, give me a moment, I'm going to get back to you on this one. I need a moment to get my thoughts together. Will you have the patience to wait for the water to settle? Create a quick mental rehearsal. See yourself having the patience to wait for the water to settle. Take your next big breath. We'll take just one more big breath together to slip out of the breath holding space and into the next. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back or even lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. I'll read through today's quotes quickly one more time. A reminder of setting intentions for this week. Either try and remember all three of these intentions or just hold on to one. Just set the one clear intention for this week. The first intention is remember to breathe. The Dalai Lama reminds us that the great advantage of choosing your breath as the object of mindfulness is that breathing is always there. It's something we're always doing, so there's no need to search and find it. There's no need to recharge this tool. The batteries can't die. Your breath is always there. Our second intention for this week is about seeing yourself, seeing your thoughts and feelings clearly but without judgment. As Jiddu Krishnamurti reminds us, meditation is to be aware of every thought and every feeling, but never to say it's right or wrong, but to watch it, move with it, try out a new response to it. And lastly, patience. As you remember to take a few big breaths, will you remember to give things the time it deserves? Lao Tzu reminds us, do you have the patience to wait for your pond to settle? Do you have the patience to wait for the water to become clear? And then take the next step. We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. Thank you for stepping into this week along with us. Thank you for taking the moment to create some clarity around how you want to step into this week. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for creating the space in which to try again, and try again, and try again. Our brains are made up of a collection of repeated patterns. And it is very likely that even while we're trying, these old patterns that have come a long way will do some more repeating even while we try. Thank you for creating a space that is safe for you to try again and try again. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for not just stepping into every day as curtains open with no rehearsal. Thank you for taking the time to care for you, care for this body, and care for this mind. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful humans. Have a beautiful week. I trust that you will spread your wings, fly off into the week, and create at your highest intention. Eva, good morning. Happy Monday. Awesome seeing you jump into the week along with us. And Michelle, good morning. It's great seeing you. Welcome to a new week. Thank you, Charlene. Thank you, Sunmuddy. Thank you, Danae. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, beautiful humans. See you again soon. Ciao, ciao.